But for someone who comes from the Northeast, I can say this with immense pride that this undoubtedly is that very era where we no longer say that there is a tyranny of distance. I say it, I come from the very place where Paul comes from. Paul Lindau, thank you very much for joining us. Straight away, let me begin by asking you. You and I, we've seen how Shillong has changed over the years. And let's be very clear, how many times, Paul, have you seen the Prime Minister actually coming to Shillong and actually shaking hands and being on the road without that fear that at some point in time we saw that during the peak of insurgency in Meghalaya, that has subsided. Would you agree or would you not?
Yeah, to a very large extent, yes. The fact that this is the first time ever that the Prime Minister of the country would personally attend the swearing in of a government means that the Northeast has arrived. The message is very loud and clear, and it certainly points to the fact that we are no longer just a fringe of the Indian consciousness. We part, or at least growing to be part of the mainstream today.
Paul, I want to take one more question with you. What has really worked in the last few years, apart from the fact that when you have the Prime Minister of your country making 44 such visits to the northeastern states where you have 1,000 crore development projects kicking off, what is it that has really worked and what do you think still needs to be done in order to ensure that we essentially see the kind of development that we've been longing for? And I can say this for someone who couldn't step out. Paul, I couldn't step out when I was a news anchor in Shillong post 6 p.m. There was a time post 6 p.m. that I could not step out as a journalist. Today, when I go back home, I can freely walk on the roads without any fear. And I think so that's, for me, I think so that's a huge achievement. What do you think?
Well, a lot of things have worked in our favor. And I think most importantly is the fact that the Northeast today is not being seen as an attachment to the rest of this country. It is being seen as a very significant player, more so in the light of, geopolitics and what is happening all around us. To a very large extent, the realization has come late, but nevertheless, it has come that Northeast does matter, that when you look at the fact that today the Dhaka, the intelligentsia of Dhaka, for instance, I met a cross section of them, and all of them are proud to have been educated at Shillong. It's a significant leap forward for Northeast India, and in the era of coalition politics where things go beyond Delhi, that realization has come not a minute too late.
Well, in fact, Sanju Verma, I want to bring you in. As someone from the Northeast, grown up there, studied there, my heart swells in pride when I see the G20 meetings are going to take place in my hometown. Nothing makes us feel more proud. And I would say for the longest time, I think the policy that the Congress government had in the northeastern state was look away from East. It was look away from East. Don't come closer, because we are very happy if we keep that tyranny of distance that helps us. Let that fester. Let that fester. We do not want any sort of development taking place in. And when I look at the data, 7 airports have been built within 8 years. Total airports in the region has gone from 9 in 2014 to 16 in 2022. And ladies and gentlemen, if there is one region in the entire country that has essentially benefited from that Udan scheme, it is the northeastern states. It is the northeastern states. Sanju Verma, tell us what has really worked. And for the longest time, we were always seen, especially people like us, when we used to come to the national capital. There is no vote. 25 seats or 25 seats. What will you play no role in national politics? So we were never taken seriously. Today, even though the seats have not increased, we are taken seriously. The Prime Minister goes, the Home Minister goes. At least there is some dialogue that is happening. Sanju Verma, over to you.
Thank you, Shawan. Actually, you've given such a comprehensive introduction. I have written a very detailed op-ed on this, which was trending on Google for 48 hours on how the Modi magic has completely transformed the Northeast